Hello everybody, my name is Oliver Walls and welcome to a brand new video on my channel. Today, yes, is another EFL Championship prediction video. Now, it's been quite a busy week for the Championship. As I said last month there will be no international break until the end of March. So they're going to be busy schedules for each team in the Championship. Now, obviously we did have the game on Saturday, which I did predict. Obviously, then I was meant to have a reaction video out. I couldn't bring that out, and obviously that was meant to include my prediction for this week, but unfortunately it wouldn't upload, so I got rid of it. But I will start doing reaction videos eventually, starting from this week. And we're actually going to start this week because it's another big weekend in the Championship. It actually starts on Friday night and then it ends on the Monday night. So my reaction video won't go out till Tuesday night. So it's a big weekend split from Friday to Monday in the Championship. Now we're going to start this off with Swansea City against Fulham on the Friday night. Tomorrow night, I should say. Sorry, Swansea take on Fulham. Now this is a big game for both teams, considering obviously there's no international breaks stop, and they just carry on through the whole till the end of March. And these two teams are fighting at the top of the EFL Championship. Fighting at the top. Fulham yesterday. Fulham won 3-0 at Derby on Tuesday night. Swansea, they drew, I believe, as well. So they drew with Huddersfield, yeah, that's it, 1-1. So it's going to be a big game, and I can see this ending as a draw, to be fair. Fulham, I see, can nick a win from this, but I'm going to say for Fulham and Swansea, I'm going to say a 1-1 draw. Next up, on the Saturday game, the early kickoff, Charlton take on Sheffield Wednesday. It's not been the best week for Charlton Athletic, I must say. They did lose at the weekend 2-1 to Luton Town, which I was surprised about as well. And obviously Wednesday wasn't good enough for them. But they take on Sheffield Wednesday, who did draw with Blackburn yesterday, 1 apiece. Drew Birmingham 1 apiece. But this game I could see go either way. Charlton have just dropped recently. They were sitting at top 6 right at the start of the season. They've just dropped down to 16, so they're in a relegation scrap as well. And this game I also think is going to be a draw. No, not really much in it, so I'm going to say another 1-1 draw. Up next, we have Barnsley taking on Hull City. Now, obviously, Daniel Struder, the new Barnsley manager, has come in, played 2 games, yet to get a win in them 2 games. They did lose yesterday in a big game which they needed to win against Middlesbrough, but eventually Middlesbrough won, and now Barnsley are 8 points saved from the relegation zone. But it doesn't get easier for them, as they do take on Hull City. And after Hull City beating Preston 4 goals to 0, which is unbelievable, I did not see it coming. Barnsley going to have a tough task, and Hull City, I think they're going to run away with this one against Barnsley. If Barnsley get a win from this, I'll be very surprised. But I see Hull City winning this game 3-0. So Hull City just going to run away with this one. And then up we go to Birmingham City. They take on Millwall. Gary Rowlett's old club, Millwall. Gary Rowlett's club, Millwall. He goes to his old club, Birmingham City, and he's not going to get a good reaction here, especially if Millwall win. Birmingham, obviously, they got the point at Swansea. Millwall, they've been dropping a bit as well, but not really much in this again. But I will get Birmingham to snatch a 2-1 win for Birmingham City. Now, Brentford, they take on Luton Town at Griffin Park. Now, Brentford have been on a roll recently. Obviously yesterday, where they lost to Blackburn Rovers by 0 away from home, but they did beat Reading at the weekend by 0-0. And they do have Luton Town side who also beat Charlton 2-1. Beat Charlton at the weekend 2-1. But I really don't think Luton are going to get anything from this. If they do, it'll be a point, but I see Brentford winning this game 2-0. And then we have Bristol City. They take on Huddersfield Town. Now, you'd think you would favour Bristol City in this game, but like I said, after Danny Cowley's come in, Huddersfield have been right up there, winning games, getting points. only losing one, I believe, but only losing one or two. But the Bristol City side who can if you play poorly, they can turn you over. And yesterday, they were the ones that played poorly because they did lose to West Brom 4-1. I did not see that coming. I saw West Brom winning the game, but losing to Bristol City, beating Bristol City 4-1 was a surprise. But they're against Huddersfield Town, who obviously need to pick up wins, and they have been doing that. But I still see City coming out of this game, so I'm going to say 1-0 to Bristol City. Derby County then take on QPR. Derby County, who lost to Fulham 3-0 on Tuesday night, take on QPR, who've just really dropped. I think now it's 6 games without a win for QPR. They lost to Nottingham Forest yesterday 4-0, which was huge, but they're now 6 games without a win, and I think that will continue, as I think Derby and QPR here. I'm going to say a 2-2 draw. Next up, we have Leeds United. They take on Middlesbrough. Now, Leeds, obviously, they've won their last 2, beat Luton Town at the weekend 2-1, and then they beat Reading on Tuesday night 1-0 with 2 late winners. But they're against Middlesbrough side who've come up form recently, unbeaten in 3, and that's because British Sunderland's finally come into his place, and which Middlesbrough really needed him to do, and he scored 2 against Hull City at the weekend. And obviously Middlesbrough won yesterday by 0-0. But unfortunately that end's going to continue, as I see Leeds beating Middlesbrough at Ellen Road. So I'm going to say a 2-0 victory to Leeds United. And then we go up for Nottingham Forest, who are a big role. At the moment, in my opinion, at the moment, you do not want to be facing them. Obviously beating QPR yesterday by 4-0. Mind you, it was only 1-0 with 10 minutes to go until QPR got sent off. Then they lost. Then they conceded that 3 goals, which ended 4-0. They go up against Cardiff City, who, since their manager Neil Harris has come in, not really changed anything just yet. But they did beat Stoke at the weekend 1-0. But then again, he's only been in for a couple of games, so this could be a different change. And yet, Cardiff and Neil Harris, I think Forest are just going to continue this run against Cardiff, so I'm going to say Forest win this game by 3-1. Then we have Stoke City. They take on Blackburn Rovers. A big game at the bottom, especially for Stoke. Obviously Blackburn's well back in the bottom 3, well not bottom 3, but chasing the bottom 3, like 2 points away or something. And both teams are going to need points. And Stoke City, I see them beating Blackburn here. To me, since Martin O'Neill's come in, it's been a different Stoke. Part of the game at Cardiff, which they played particularly well, just couldn't nick a point from them. They were against Blackburn, who obviously won their game yesterday 1-0, but I still think Stoke have what it takes to get this game, and I think Stoke are going to win this game by 0-0. And then a big game for my team, Reading. We take on Wigan Athletic at the DW Stadium away from home. Now Reading we've lost our last 2 to Brentford and Leeds, but let's not remember, we played so well in them last game. We were unlucky to get a point against Leeds on Tuesday night, but just a late counter-attacking goal won the game for them. Wigan, on the other hand, they come off momentum after a 2-2 draw with Millwall. Now that could favour Wigan, to be fair, with momentum, but the way Reading been playing, even the 2 defeats under Mark Bowen, has been a different team. Obviously, we had chances against Leeds. We also had chances at Brentford. We just couldn't score. We don't have strikers to score. That got Pushkat's been off form. Baldock was obviously injured in them 2 games, so he couldn't do anything. But against Wigan, I'd like to say it'd be a draw. But if we played like we did against the other teams like Luton, Millwall that we wanted, I can see us coming out a win with this. And we need to pick up points, because our next 3 out of 4 games are teams below us. Barnsley, Stoke and Wigan, all away from home, are games that we're going to have to win. And I see us winning this game. It's going to be a really scrappy game, but I see us winning this game by 2-1. And then the big game on the Monday night, which everyone's going to be hoping for, especially Leeds at top of the Championship. Preston North End taking on West Bromwich Albion. Obviously about 17 games in now, West Brom have only lost once this season. And they go up against Preston North End, who are doing so well at the top. but it did slip down after losing 4-0 to Hull City, and I think losing 4-0 to Hull City may put Preston off. West Brom winning 4-1 at Bristol City could give them momentum, but nonetheless, I don't see each team winning this game. I do think Preston will try and hold out for a draw against West Brom, and that's what I see will happen. So I'm going to see Preston North End win this. I'm going to see Preston North End and West Brom end as a 1-1 draw. So big games in this season, this week's championship. Obviously Preston West Brom, big games at the bottom between Reading and Wigan, Stoke and Blackburn. But it all kicks off tomorrow night, 7:45 between Swansea City and Fulham. Now, it's, as I said, there's no international break, so it's straight off with wins, straight off all the way through, and it depends who can keep picking up the most points, because it's really tight at the top of the championship. Let's see, between 17th and 6th, there's only 7 points separating them, so it really is tight at the top of the championship. Even at the bottom where Reading are, there's not many points separating them. It's only 12 points separating us, so it's really, wins could just see you pick up points, and you could just move away from wherever you are, because you need to keep chasing the pack. But that is going to be the end of my prediction video. Big games this week. That is going to be the end. If you did enjoy this video, please like, comment and subscribe for more, and I'll be back on Monday night with a EFL Championship reaction video. My name's Oliver Walls. Thanks.